So Kingdom Hearts was a series I really wasn't expecting to get sucked into. On paper, it sounds ridiculous mixing Disney worlds and Final Fantasy characters together, but somehow it works really well.
Jeez. Stiffer than the stiffs back home.
I couldn't really remember how the story went in the original Kingdom Hearts. Something about darkness?
Darkness. Darkness, 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 darkness!
Replaying Kingdom Hearts, I kind of forgot how much the Disney villains get the spotlight here. They're trying to work together with a bit of friction, and there's loads of banter going on. I love it.
Who invited you to the party? Stay out of this.
It's action-based, but still leans into Square's RPG roots, blending flashy combat with stats, abilities, customization systems, party management, and some post-endgame super bosses to really test yourself on. Sure, it's early days for Kingdom Hearts, a little rough around the edges, the combat's a little clunkier than the new entries, but this still excels in a lot of ways and is a great action RPG.
That's right.
To be honest, the only reason I ever even tried Kingdom Hearts was because Final Fantasy X included a bonus DVD, Beyond Final Fantasy. This DVD had a preview for Kingdom Hearts. Now, I was already a huge Final Fantasy fan, especially with number 7, and when I saw Cloud and other Final Fantasy characters in this, I had to know more. What is Kingdom Hearts and why is Final Fantasy here? So at the start you get to choose a path, Warrior, Guardian or Mystic, which specialise in physical damage, defense and magic. You'll have to choose one path to specialise in, and here's the thing, you'll also need to choose a weakness, a power to give up. You'll also have to answer a personality quiz which secretly determines your levelling up curve, whether you level up faster early on, mid-game or later on. Already you got some RPG customization, decisions, you're making your own build, and reinforcing this really is an RPG.
Exactly.
Kingdom Hearts starts on the world of Destiny Islands, where we meet Sora, Riku and Kairi. 3 kids dreaming about what lies beyond their small world. They're building a raft and collecting supplies to see what's out there. This serves as a pretty clever tutorial. It teaches you how to play the game, but it's well done. You don't actually realise you're in a tutorial, it feels organic. You'll learn movement, camera control, platforming, and even combat. You can duel Tidus, Waka, and Selphie from Final Fantasy. And I've got to admit, it's pretty fun. I used to spend ages parrying Waka's attacks just to earn some experience points and get some extra level ups. Before we get really into the story, if you love RPGs, consider subscribing to Peter Bytes or giving the video a like. I'm a bit of an indie game developer who covers RPGs, and I'm replaying the whole Final Fantasy series while ranking them. Thank you.
Thanks, Peter.
Kingdom Hearts' story gets pretty complicated, but the first game doesn't go off the rails. Basically, Destiny Island gets destroyed by shadowy monsters called the Heartless, and everyone gets scattered across the universe. Sora awakens the power of the Keyblade, ends up in Traverse Town where he bumps into Sid from Final Fantasy VII, and picks a fight with Squall from number 8.
Alright, then have it your way.
While it's a kids game, you can't show Sid smoking. I like that Sid is still smoking on a toothpick. In Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, he's just been censored and changed.
You're most welcome.
Hanging out with the Final Fantasy crew, we hear mention of some big bad dude called Ansem.
Ansem?
Now we'll talk more about him later, but Sora teams up with Disney's Donald Duck and Goofy, who are searching for their king, Mickey Mouse, while Sora's searching for his friends. We get to pilot their Gummy ship, a customizable spacecraft that lets you travel between worlds. But here's the cool part, you can build your own ship from pieces you find throughout the game. You can drive to new worlds and shoot up Heartless along the way. It's a surprisingly good little minigame that helps fill the void between Disney worlds. So you're going to get to visit lots of different Disney worlds, teaming up with the heroes of each one, stopping villains' plans, and fighting the Heartless by using the Keyblade to seal the keyholes in each world. I really enjoy just playing and exploring each world. They're full of little puzzles and hidden treasures, and they stay pretty faithful to the movies they're based on. Each world also has thematic Heartless enemies, which keeps combat feeling fresh.
Take that!
The combat itself is really satisfying. I'll admit it starts out a little rigid, but as you level up and progress, you'll unlock new abilities that add depth and variety. You can extend combos, quickly close the distance between enemies, or pull off parries and counterattacks, which are especially satisfying since successful parries earn you extra experience points. There's also plenty of spells to unlock, adding a strategic layer, and some over-the-top abilities that are just fun to use. Overall, the combat grows with you. It becomes more dynamic, fluid, and rewarding as you get ramped up and really in the rhythm of it. So you do get a bit of player agency in which worlds to tackle first, but eventually you'll need to complete every world. There's a lot of variety, from The Little Mermaid's Atlantica to Halloween Town from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Not every world will appeal to everyone, but there's enough variety that everyone is bound to have their personal favourite. Wonderland has you trying to save Alice from her trial with the Queen of Hearts. It's decent, it can be a bit topsy-turvy, and it's easy to get lost navigating and platforming, well, considering it is one of the first few worlds.
I'm on trial? But why?
I kind of like the deep jungle from Tarzan. It's atmospheric, lots to explore, some of the vine sections can be a bit tricky.
Tarzan, go.
Now, I really like the Olympus Colosseum from Hercules. This is where tournaments are held. Really fun trying to complete these, great way of leveling up and earning some cool rewards. Only downside, it's not huge on story, it's super focused on the tournaments. But there are some good story bits here with Hades and Final Fantasy VII's Cloud, which was the whole reason I even picked up Kingdom Hearts.
I'm looking for someone. Hades promised to help.
Agrabah from Aladdin is pretty good. I feel they nailed the Disney vibes and the city layout, really capturing the Disney essence with this one and the genie.
Whoa! Money, royalty, fame! Why didn't I think of that?
Monstro from Pinocchio, I've never really been a huge fan of. Navigating inside the world can be a nightmare, making it one of the weaker worlds for me.
It's me!
Halloween Town is a personal favourite. It really captures the darker, more haunting side of Kingdom Hearts. Translating the stop-motion Nightmare Before Christmas movie into 3D game models works brilliantly, and I love all the dark fantasy elements.
I'd like you to be a part of this year's Halloween.
Atlantica, the underwater world from The Little Mermaid, is unique, but playing underwater adds an extra layer of difficulty with that extra vertical dimension that comes into play. The final boss fight with Ursula is really frustrating because of how animations lock you in place, and it's awkward underwater.
What?
Neverland is Peter Pan's world. It starts out in Captain Hook's ship, but I really like flying around the Clockwork Tower area, and you'll get to return here later for a super boss.
You didn't think I'd leave you and Tink behind, did you?
Well, 100 Acre Woods is Winnie the Pooh's homeworld, and you'll progress the story as you find torn pages across the universe. It's more lighthearted and about minigames.
Hey, you kept up pretty good there, Sora.
Hollow Bastion is an original setting that Maleficent uses as her hideout. Maleficent leads the Council of Disney Villains and wants to capture 7 Princesses of Heart.
Precisely.
It's a dark, gothic fantasy castle, love the design, and this is where Beast crashes in to save his world's princess. And I kinda see him in a new light now, he's badass. There's also the end of the world, which is the endgame zone. Throughout the game, it's worth revisiting all of these worlds. There's plenty of treasures or alternative paths you couldn't reach previously. But as you progress, you unlock new abilities like double jump, gliding, or trinities, letting you explore previously inaccessible areas. It really adds to the sense of discovery. You'll also come across rare Heartless, some of which are little puzzles in themselves.
Stop!
Defeating them rewards raw materials, which you can use to synthesize powerful items. Eventually even the Ultima weapon. I like this, some of my favourite elements from Final Fantasy. If I had to rank these worlds with my top 3 favourites, I think Agrabah comes close, and I really want to say Olympia Colosseum. It's awesome, but I wish you could explore more of the world outside the arena.
Come again?
My number 3 slot would have to go to Hollow Bastion. I love its gothic castle design and its library, which is a puzzle in itself. There's these midnight blues and desaturated greys making it appear lifeless and empty. I guess like a Heartless, but it's full of content. Number 2 would have to go to Halloween Town. Like I said, converting the stop-motion movie into a 3D game world works really well here. I think it's brilliant, and I do love all the dark fantasy stuff, and it's probably not the kind of movie Disney would put out there these days.
We're going to have the best Halloween ever.
My number 1 favourite would have to be Traverse Town. There's just something really cozy and maybe nostalgic about this place. I love the city design, different districts, and it's jam-packed with plenty of hidden puzzles and secrets. Love it.
Exactly.
Throughout the story, you'll keep checking in with Traverse Town and the Final Fantasy crew. We learn our buddy Riku has teamed up with Disney's Maleficent and is walking the path of darkness. Trying to save Kairi, it turns out she's one of the Princesses of Heart and in a coma-like state after she lost her heart.
Kairi's like a lifeless puppet now.
We end up kicking their butts, a lot happens, it's a bit complex for a kids game, but here's the real basic version of it. By the time you reach Hollow Bastion, Sora steps in to save Kairi. He sacrifices himself to awaken Kairi's heart, which causes him to temporarily become a Heartless. But then, pretty much with the power of friendship, Kairi's pure princess heart restores Sora's heart, bringing him back to normal.
Sora!
Only problem now, Riku has kinda lost control of the darkness and the big bad guy Ansem is now controlling him, setting up the endgame finale.
His heart belongs again to darkness.
But before that, Kingdom Hearts has some post-endgame and optional content, and it's pretty awesome. It feels like a proper Final Fantasy with what it offers. So you get a few new tournaments that open up in Olympus Colosseum, a few older bosses that have a harder difficulty. You can finally fight Hades, the Rock Titan, and Ice Titan from Hercules. Ice Titan's pretty cool. It's a more strategic fight with a focus on parrying, deflecting, and magic attacks. If you return to Agrabah's desert, you'll find Kurt Zissa has awakened. Then in Neverland at the Clock Tower, you can face Phantom, one of the most unique fights in the game. So you cast Doom on your party, and when the Doom countdown timer reaches 0, you're dead. To stop that countdown, you can cast Stop Magic on the clock hands of the tower, freezing time. That's actually a pretty clever mechanic.
Stop!
But the real highlight is a brutal super boss battle with Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. This fight is no joke, it's fast, punishing, and absolutely demands practice and preparation. You want to grind levels, synthesize top tier equipment, and have a bit of an understanding of the combat system before even thinking about challenging Sephiroth for the first time. And the final mixed version of the game includes one more hidden super boss, a little tease for Kingdom Hearts 2. Honestly, the optional content completely blew me away.
Okay.
So heading into the endgame, we fight the big bad guy, Ansem. He likes to monologue about darkness and the power of darkness.
Darkness. Darkness.
Darkness.
Darkness. Darkness. Darkness. Darkness. Darkness. Darkness.
But it's a pretty over-the-top final boss fight. At this point, it feels like the game is throwing everything at you with multiple phases, and things keep increasing in scale. Final phase really does look like some kind of Final Fantasy final boss god-level fight. It's pure over-the-top chaos, scale, and spectacle. We save Riku, Mickey Mouse comes in at the last second to help, but everyone gets split up once again, and the stage is set for the next adventure. It's dramatic, emotional, and slightly confusing. Overall, I thought the story was decent. I appreciate that there's a bit of friction between Donald and Sora, but the friendship works out, and it makes it feel earned and a bit more realistic.
All for one, huh?
Very heavily themed around light versus darkness, and the power of friendship and the power of the heart. Dialogue is definitely a little cheesy at times, it's for a younger audience.
My heart will stay with my friends. It'll never die.
I quite like the original Kingdom Hearts. I like how it leans into the RPG stuff. It's fun to play, explore, and customize your building abilities. And there's genuinely fun post-endgame content and optional content here. I think gameplay and combat starts out a little clunky, but as I said, once you start unlocking new abilities, it feels a bit more fluid, it levels up. I think there's a good selection of Disney worlds, and I love the inclusion of all the Final Fantasy characters. I'd give Kingdom Hearts a strong B tier. Plan is to next look at the most emotional moments across Final Fantasy. In the meanwhile, check out my final review of World of Warcraft's The War Within. I had to take down my Final Fantasy tier list. It was a copyright claim for having the game's music in, but I'll remake that and bring that back in the future. Alright, have a good one.